As per the constitution, Gachagua has finally outsmarted President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And if Kindiki is sworn in as the third deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, then is likely to face contempt of court. I want us to listen to Senior Counsel Charles Kanjama explaining what is likely to take place if he is sworn in today.
So first of all, let me clarify that what we have is Conservatory Order.
Okay.
Conservatory Order is the most powerful kind of constitutional order. It is like a four-dimension court order. It is more powerful than an injunction. It is more powerful than an order of stay. Conservatory Order is a 360-degree order. It applies in time, stopping what has happened in the past, preventing something to go on in the future, and even impacting the present. So when you look at the exact wording of the court orders that have been issued, both in Nairobi and in Kerugoya, they are conservatory orders stopping implementation of the impeachment resolution of the Senate. What this means is that it doesn't matter how much implementation had already taken place by the time the order was issued. Any further implementation is stopped by the court order. So that means that we are in a situation as if those additional actions, beginning with the removal from office, which was a direct consequence of the impeachment order of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, the proceedings in the National Assembly today, the voting to select Professor Kindiki, all those have been stopped by a conservatory court order. In fact, they will not only be going against the law, they would be committing an act of contempt of court. It would be, I think, quite a serious action. Those who do it might end up finding themselves engaged in an impeachable offense, and they might face sanctions from the court, including sanctions relating to their continuation in whatever public office they have. The court orders are very serious issues. They have to be complied with. And I think I also need to clarify that any action undertaken in violation of a court order is considered a nullity, null and void, and of no legal effect. It would be the same as two children playing a game of make-believe. It would have no effect regardless of who does it. Until the court order is lifted or set aside, it has to be complied with. The way to salvage the situation is as follows. The politicians and the political process played its way out, including the quasi-judicial process in the Senate. The courts have now asserted that they have a right to review the proceedings that took place in the National Assembly and the Senate. So it is now the time, based on our constitutional architecture, for the courts to have an opportunity to review what happened. So the Attorney General would have to get lawyers, either his own staff or external lawyers or a combination of both, to participate in the court proceedings. They can always make an application seeking to review or set aside the decisions that have been made. But that application would be heard by the three-judge bench that is expected to deal with the matters on Thursday next week. So there are not much options between now and Thursday, because even if they were to do an application for setting aside, it would probably also come up for hearing on Thursday next week.
In case this is your first time, take a second, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Now, there is a question that I must ask, and Charles Kanjama has also explained that particular point. What will happen if the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, Lady Justice Martha Koome, proceeds and swears in Professor Kithure Kindiki as the next Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, despite two court orders, one from Milimani Law Courts and another one from Kerugoya Law Courts? What will happen? Because as per the Constitution, it is only the Chief Justice that can swear in a president and a deputy president. If the Chief Justice is not there, then the Deputy Chief Justice might take over and proceed to swear in any president or a deputy president. And in that case, it would be Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu. So what will take place? I think I'm not a lawyer, but this is common sense. I think the judiciary will not be at peace with each other. But I want us to take a look at what Rigathi Gachagua might use in a court of law, because as per the constitution, he has succeeded in outsmarting the president. Number one, I think the court will look into the process of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua just from the first stage, where Mwenge Mutuse was able to move the motion in the National Assembly. They will determine whether the signatures were fake or real. They will also determine whether Parliament were able to comply with the court orders that were given. Remember, there was a court order from Kerugoya, I think Kerugoya or Kirinyaga, the two, that compelled the National Assembly to carry out public participation in 291 constituencies. So that is something that the court will be able to determine. Remember, they were able to give Parliament to use their own powers to proceed with this particular process. The second thing that I'm seeing they're going to determine is the fair hearing. And the Senior Council, Governor James Agribobo Rengo, was able to raise a certain fundamental issue in Senate when the deputy president fell sick and was taken to Karen Hospital. He raised a fundamental question: where is the medical evidence or medical report to show that the deputy president was admitted? I think in the court of public opinion, we can argue that that is not a strong evidence on the National Assembly and the Senate side. But I think in the court of public opinion, people have got that sympathy that the impeached deputy president Rigathi Gachagua was impeached without being given a fair hearing. But I remember the legal counsel from the National Assembly, Eric Gumbo, saying that it was them who were to lose because they were to cross-examine the deputy president. I don't know how they will argue in a court of law, but we shall wait and see what will take place in that particular court of law. But as per now, Rigathi Gachagua has succeeded in outsmarting the president because he has been impeached. And if you had Charles Kajama saying that conservatory orders, it is like a 360 degree. For example, that it can stop something that happened in the past. It can prevent something that is taking place in the present, and also can prevent something that is likely to take place in future. This is one of those extraordinary days in our lifetime in the Republic of Kenya. I don't know what you think. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. But I promise that at the end of my videos to carry out civic education. Now remember to register as a voter. Once you register as a voter, you will be in a position to get better leaders. Number two, demonetize politics as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.